Morning and welcome to the morning blessings. Hi, I am Tessa-Marie and I am so privileged to have you here this morning with us. Thank you for coming. Looking forward to seeing you. And hi, Zim, good morning. Hi, Stacy, good morning. Wonderful, amazing human being. Hi, Stace. Hello, Jean. Hello, Andrew Nicholson, 32. Hello, thanks for joining us this morning. I am marvelous, thank you. Hi, Jean. How are you, beautiful people? Hi, Kia. How are you, amazing human beings, doing this today? Hi, Azim. How is India? Is the air getting any better? Hi, amazing humans. Hello, Ryan. How are you, gorgeous, amazing specimen of human beings, amazing people? Hi, Nadi. How are you this morning? It is 8 o'clock, so let's get the show on the road. We can't be late. The angels are waiting. The energy is waiting. The Holy Spirit is with us, isn't he? Hello, Lynn. How are you this morning? Anyway, your version of the vision. Hi, Nadi. Does that ring a bell? Sorry. Excuse me. I've been talking for days. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. My big family. Yeah, I know. The entire family is here, and we have a visitor, somebody new, Nicholson, somebody. Welcome to our morning blessings. It is where you come to get your vitamin for the day and the energy for the day. Morning, all from Melissa morning. So here we go. I know we are fired up and ready to go. We are hot. We're excited. We're alive. We can breathe. We woke up this morning and we felt amazing. Beautiful and spectacular. Who is not spectacular today? So welcome all to our morning blessings. Stacy says, hi Lisa, how are you? So let's get the show on the road. Nadi is on fire. Oh, maybe I am on fire. We're all on fire. Guys, your version of the vision. Hi Jean, your energy this morning is vibrant. Well, look at my crazy scarf, right? But you have to look for the color that you're wearing somewhere in there. And it's in there. You always have to showcase the color you cannot see or you don't see to the naked eye. That is one of the things you have to always bring when you're putting things together. Look for the color that is least visible and accent it and it will pop. So let's go here and let's see that. Lynn, how are you? You love my energy this morning. Actually, I am always like that in the morning. I only just forget sometimes to scream it out. It's not any different. And when I get up, I swing up and I go, yes, I made it another day. Here we go. Let's do this. And I say, okay, Father God, let's go give 100% of ourselves. I'm giving 100%. You put 100% and let's touch hearts and souls around the world. And it's not religion. We don't speak religion. We speak love of self. Protecting yourself, that amazing, beautiful self of yours. So I said, your version of the vision. That works two ways. So when you see this, and I'm talking about your version of the vision of your life, it's never going to be the version of the vision of others. And you have to learn to live with this. And you have to learn to accept this. And you have to learn to believe that you are an individual spectacularly created to be amazing. There is nothing missing in you. You don't need any parts. Everything you have already is in you. And where you are, you're supposed to be there. And if you do not like it, you're the only person in this world that can make a move towards changing it. It doesn't matter what others would say, excuse me, about that. Because it doesn't really matter what they think, right? Sometimes though, we don't know that. Or we don't accept that. And we just keep going on and on, believing it's okay for them to tell us what to do or to say what they think about us. And if we open the door ever so slightly, they're going to come in. And when they get in there, it's going to be difficult to get them out. They become your drug dealer. They become your drug. And you will always turn, what do you think? But you have a mind. You have a heart. And you have a connection to self. You are in there. You're not outside of there. And everything you desire in your life is inside of you because you are the one that created it. You are the one that think it. And many times, The version you're creating for somebody else, you will find it in your backyard, underneath your bed, in your kitchen, at the dinner table. So you have to be careful that your version of a vision of their life is the one you're fostering onto them. You're not supposed to foster that to them. We are not even supposed to foster it on our children, and that is where we take it. And we want to tell them, even when they have made decisions and as adults, what you should do, what are you doing wrong? Our parents didn't know better. And they would tell us what they expected us to do. I always told you about my friend who ended up being a lawyer because his father and his family were lawyers. As soon as the father died, he quit the firm and became an artist living in Europe and having a life of a wonderful life. So we have to remember that. So when you want to fix somebody or you want to get them to see, although you know, and many people will tell you that, I can see they're going the wrong way. You can see that. But the point is, unless they see it, then they're not going the wrong way. And that brings us to the analogy of, you can take a cow to the water, but you cannot force the cow to drink. You can open the eye and you can say, this is not the route you should travel. But because we have gone down that road before, and we know where the potholes are, we remember where we strained our ankle, remember where we fell and we had to stand up again, and it hurt, and the memory lingers, and because of that, there we are, trying to avoid it for them, telling them, hey, if you go this way, you're going to be hurt. There's a pothole there. It doesn't look, it exists. I know I was there. If they're bold, and if they have had some awakening, they'll say, well, okay, that was your journey. Please let me have mine. And the thing is, the time, as much as you can, avoid pushing your version of the vision of how anyone should live their life. That's difficult to do. For you to be there pushing and telling them to do that. And you know where I'm going, right? The time you spend fostering your version of the vision of how they should live their life, you are wasting time not living yours because you're so busy trying to fix your life that you forget yours. My son is 20 and trying to save him from himself isn't working for either of us. No, it cannot work for either of us. When we try to do that, the thing is that teaching should have started a long time ago. And we forget. Hi, Nancy. It's when we start the journey of pushing them a little bit at the beginning of the journey and letting them know the boundaries and the limits, then we can have. But at 20, you have to let them go. And you have to speak in such a way that you're not washing your hand of them. You don't stop loving them. Watch your words, because when our children are not doing what we want, we get angry. Watch your words. Your words becomes your destiny. That's what you want. You will get it. I have a cousin. She's divorced, fighting with the divorced husband for just no reason, or they weren't fighting. I don't think they were fighting, but she was fighting with her daughter, her only daughter. And in the fight, she felt the pain of the divorce because they weren't even in communication. It's not to say they didn't meet at things to do with the daughter and were cordial. But that day, she let it slip. She literally let it slip, what she was feeling in her heart. And she said to her daughter, one day your father will show up at your house with his suitcase and you will have to take care of him. Well, guess what? Her daughter called me and said, Auntie Tessa, this is what Mom told me. And I know it's not right. I know she shouldn't have done that because she had a lot of energy. She was angry at me for something that I did. She wasn't happy about. It wouldn't have been her choice. And I'm trying to tell her, I am old enough. I have 2 children. I should have a choice. I know what I'm doing. I'm married. But she couldn't. And that's what she said, just because I didn't bend to the version of the vision she had of my life. Fast forward. That did happen. Her prophecy happened for her daughter less than a year. The father showed up and he wasn't well. And she couldn't close the door in her father's face, could she? She had to take him in. It made the life of the two young children horrible. They had such a hard time. And when he finally left a year later, angry and everything, her husband said to me, you know what, Auntie Tessa, this is the worst year of our life. I didn't say a word to him. I just said, I'm so sorry you had to endure this. But the daughter came to me and said, you see, Auntie Tessa, you see, that's why I keep saying that we have to. I tell her, I know. And the thing is, when I told my cousin, I called, I said, you shouldn't have done that. You know that, right? She goes, cancel. I said, you cancel what? It left already. It has gone. You can't cancel it. I said, it's more than 24 hours since you told that to her. Even if it was a minute, it left your lips. Let it go. So it strained their relationship until the daughter had to work to get it back together. And she had to do the work too. But it was her version. It wasn't the daughter's version of the vision of the life she intended to have. That is why when you are angry, that is when you say the worst things. And maybe you think it's just okay. It's not okay. Like telling a child that is misbehaving, a young boy, that you're going to amount to anything. What else do you expect to get when you say that to your child in anger with passion and energy? Come on, man. It's in passion and energy we are created. So we create everything with passion and energy. Some is good and some is bad. That's how I am here. You are here. It's the passion and the energy your parents felt for each other that created you. So when you are a creator, realize you are a creator. You were created by a creator who said, I created you in the image and likeness of me. This is not nonsense. This is a fact. So you can create, and we create with our thoughts and our mouths and our action, and we create. And then when we create, we ask, we say, how did that ever happen? Like we're Alice in Wonderland. No, you're not Alice in Wonderland. You are a creator. And we create our life. So of course, Kia, it's difficult to tell a 20-year-old person how. You have to let him go. I know it's hard. It's your son. You want to put him on the right path. But some of you mightn't like that, right? I'm going to say something that's going to floor you guys. And then I will make you guys look at the children a bit. The qualities you despised or you did not like in your spouse, the father of these children, you got to see it in there. It will be in them because it's part of their DNA. So remember that and accept it. You cannot change that. The things, the habits, the natural habits of that family that you had, this person, that is the mother or the father of that child. There are days you will see it, it's surfacing. You will see it sometime in their mannerisms. You'll see it how they stand and they lean on the door, how they wear their hat, even a cap on their head or a hairdress, you'll see it. You'll see it in their action. You'll hear their words. You'll see the intensity, how they feel. And that might be the qualities you do not like or you didn't like in your spouse. And you can see it reflecting in your children. What do you do? Duck? You have to accept it. It is as it is. So Kia, instead of you spending the time doing this, you connect with your guardian angel and ask your guardian angel to work with his guardian angel and leave it alone. And every time you feel the pain and the dissatisfaction, you say to your guardian angel, you've got this, right? Give it. You cannot do it. Obviously, you can't. Give it to a person give it to guidance, give it to the Holy Spirit. But a guardian angel is really close at heart. They come when you're conceived or when you're born. They're not even sure when they arrive, but they leave when you die. Connect with your guardian angel. Your son has one, whatever. Whether you know the name of your angel or not, you have that pain. When you feel it, say, okay, my guardian angel is Joyce. And you guys know I'll never call anybody Joyce. It just doesn't be a name that I would use, right? But that's the name I've got. So when it's not going my way, I say, Joyce, you've got this. Okay, Joyce, you take care of that. Talk to their guardian angel. And then, of course, the pain and the ache is going to come. You are human. But you must remember you handed the wheel of the car over. Good morning, Amma. So when you're feeling the pain and you need to push your version of the vision of how people should live their life, let it go. When they're close to you and you look at those children or you look at the siblings and you see qualities in them you do not appreciate, take a step back, concentrate, and realize some of these qualities come from this spouse that you had the child with. It might be some of the qualities you do not like. It might not even be from them immediately. It could be coming through the family line. And you have to accept it is as it is and let it go. As an adult, you cannot keep going around. Thank you, Amma. You cannot keep going around forcing your version of how you want people to live their life. You cannot do that. You're wasting time, because that time you could spend on fixing yours. We always have something we desire to do, to raise our energy, to be more active, to be more purposeful, to be more demanding of self. And that is what is important. When we do that, it just leads to frustration on both people. When you're fostering your version of the vision of how your spouse, your siblings, your parents to live their life, it just builds frustration on the part of both of you. You and the person, they rebel, and then it does not work. They rebel and it doesn't work. And then you get more frustrated, and the rift starts to pull apart, and there are no more communication. Instead, asking, I cannot do this. I am not able to fix their life. And you are not responsible to fix their life. And you can, if it is leaning on you and it's hurting you, give it back to God, the Holy Spirit. I just land mine at the arms of my guardian angel. I say, you take it over. You talk to the guardian angel and you figure out what you guys are going to do. I don't say what results I want. I just leave it alone. And every time the pain comes, I go, you got this, right? We can also lead by example. People are more inspired and motivated when they see you living your best version of your vision. Yes. And then they're curious. They ask you questions. You guys know I did this 3 workshop this week, like yesterday. And you guys heard about the 401. Nancy said, how did it go? Thank you, Nancy, for asking. That highway is at the top of Toronto and it runs east to west. And it was bumper to bumper because there were 2 accidents. And I'm looking at the time and I have to be there for 11. And I'm 25 kilometers away and it's 26 minutes to 11. I started to say, you know what? Relax. The car is going at 10 miles, 10 kilometers. And that's the only thing we're doing is this. And then all of a sudden, something just came in my mind. Bless this thing. So I started. Everywhere I am happy and grateful that everywhere I am is amazing, beautiful, and spectacular. I am happy and grateful every car on this highway is amazing, beautiful, and spectacular. I started pushing that energy. Hi, Marina, out there on the 401. Marina knows about that 401 at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's bumper to bumper plus accident. And there's like 8 lanes of highway. Anyway, I continued blessing and being grateful for where I am, the car that I was driving, the comfort of the seat, everything. Hi, Marina. And everything that's happening. And all of a sudden, like an opening, boom, everything disappeared. I swear that the highway opened up, cars were passing and speeding, and hi, Helen, good morning, and I just took off. I got there in 10 minutes, but I got there on time to do this workshop for a very thirsty group of mothers that needed to hear that you can save $2 at the bank, and if you keep saving. People chased me to the car when I was leaving. They came in the parking lot to ask me questions. I had to go because I needed to come home. But what it was is that we have to understand when we cannot take over and what is happening in our life, especially when it has to do with children, other people, parents, husbands, wives in our life. Rather than fight with them, hi Peter, connect with your guardian angel. You have one. Everybody has one. And tell your guardian angel, hey, I cannot do this. I don't know how to fix this. You go to the Holy Spirit, but it's like your guardian angel, consider your guardian angel your therapist or your doctor. You still have God, you still have the Holy Spirit, but you have a guardian angel. You go to a doctor for your physical. You tell him I have a headache. And he says, okay, do that. And you believe, and you take it, and you go plunk it in your mouth, whether it feels good or not. You never look at the list of, oh, well, you might get pig foot, you might get cow disease. They're all listed there. But because my doctor said it, like a robot, try it the other way. Give it to the guardian angel. Say to your guardian angel, listen, please help. With their guardian angel, have a conversation. And you guys figure it out. Do not ask what type of results you want, but every time the pain, the hurt, or the desire to go fix it comes, you go and you say, you know what, guardian angel, you got this, right? I know you've got this. When you have belligerent children, little kids that are just going crazy, you connect with the guardian angel. Remember what God said, suffer the little children to come to me. Take them to the source. Take them to the Creator. They have an angel. So say to your guardian angel, connect with my son, my grandson, my child's God. Let's talk to them. It's still gluing a voice delay. Instagram has been a big mess. I don't know what to do with it. It's high, all the lines of perfect, Marina, but sometimes I can't even move the screen. So who knows? I have gone everywhere. This is the best though. So anyway, what I want to remind you is that do not foster your version of the vision of how on others. Like what Amma said, I also consult my spirit animal. We do though. People don't realize energy. I had a dog, and when I was a young girl, and if I was leaving, I would left to go out, it would meet me at the front, and it would follow me wherever I'm going. His name was Tony. And then I started switching and going out through the back gate, through the beach, and come up on the other side of the property. And he found me. He would be waiting at the back gate for me. Back and forth, we did this all the time. So, and I knew he just knew where I was going to be or where he thought I was going to be. And if he didn't see me at the front yesterday, he's going to say, oh, she's at the back today. And of course, he would catch me. Sometimes I would forget. But what I'm trying to say, so your spirit animal is there too. We have, if you only knew the tools we have for us to live a fulfilled life, instead of working ourselves to the bone and getting angry and trying to fix people, it's not your job to fix your mother. It's not your job to fix your father. It's not your job to fix your spouse. It's not your job to fix your children. And it's certainly not your job to fix family and friends that need to be fixed. They have the tool inside of them to fix themselves. They just figure it's easier to have somebody do it for them. Since in Canada, we no longer live in a democracy of news being prohibited from sharing. I know, yeah. But that is true, though. You can't get Google News or whoever news. I don't know. It doesn't really matter anymore. It comes all over the place. What we have to remember, our version of the vision that we have is ours. I know Joyce and Mabel are sisters up there and always protecting us and lining up great roads. Yes, they do. You have to believe that you have the power to change your life. And follow by example. Watch, let them see what you're doing. Show that you're living a better life. Do the work. Do not sit and hope with your hands under your chin and say that you're waiting for somebody to come and do it for you. You have the power to create your life. We create it every day by what we think, and especially when we do it and say it with passion. Passion. And energy we put into it, and love, and we figure we are doing the best we can. And accept it. Because yes, you are. And when you do it, do not get mad because you made a mistake. Mistakes are worth making. Because it's from the mistakes we learn. But the version of your children's life is none of your business. When you had to do it, if you didn't do it then, you're not going to do it again. Yesterday, there were about 20 families, and because the kids are there, but in a different room, and the mothers and fathers. And it was the most surprising thing I heard is I never knew a small amount of money, because I used $20 over time, can give you that. I never knew that if I did that, the government would give me $50 or $500 towards helping my children's education. I didn't know that saving money weekly instead of monthly, I will make more money. So many simple things. And I didn't even know that I should write my name down when I'm making an affirmation, one lady said. I said, well, who are you making it for? Claim your space. When you speak, you're affirming. When you say, I am, you might as well say, Tessa-Marie. So when you go to do something and you're doing it, do not foster your version of your vision on them. Give of all you have. Let them see what you're doing. Show them the examples. Do not tell them you should follow that. Because in 1 hour of speaking, they will come out with 5%. But the point is to remind them whatever you feel that when you heard it, it ignited you from the version of what I'm saying, take it and run with it. Every aircraft has the black box. Put inside that aircraft, just like God put our gift, our gut inside of us to guide us and to lead us. Yes. And you can see when they cannot find the black box, how much it is it takes from them to find it. It's the same version inside of us. When you cannot find your black box with the instruments and the stuff and where you should go, where you have been and where you plan to go, it takes time. You have to go seeking for you inside of you. You were created by a creator that gave it to you. No, instead, why not of trying to foster that? Silently send love and joy, the energy of the essence of it all to them. While you're thinking and worrying about people in your life, you say to yourself, I send love and joy and peace and tranquility to you. Name them. You don't have to tell it to them. It's energy. Send the energy. Don't say, well, I'm just hoping God will take care of. No. That hoping business is just ridiculous. Because hoping is one of the things people should never say. Don't hope. Hope means you're not doing anything. You're sitting like the woman at the river with a basket of laundry and the soap, sitting on the stone, and she heard that God will help her. So she's waiting for God to come. 6 o'clock at night, the husband comes to get her, and she said, well, you haven't washed your clothes. She said, no, I'm waiting for God. But you have to start it. So send that energy of love instead of hate and anger and sucking on your teeth and all the things we do and telling your friend. And the more you repeat what is hurting you to your neighbor, to your cousin, to your uncle, to your candlestick maker, the stronger it gets. You know why? It grows because you just give it energy, fertilizer. You give it all the fancy energy you could find. Because you're busy telling, when I next time they call, I'm just going, isn't that energy? Calm down and just leave it alone. Opinions does not help, especially unsolicited ones. Then making assumption is even worse. So the opinion you have and you're passing it on to them, it doesn't help. Because they will say, oh, good for her. She's telling me that and she's living that wonderful life. She has a husband, she has this, she has a wife, and he has a wife, and he's telling me all these things, and that doesn't work. That's how they feel about it. So you have to choose to create your life, and if they're smart enough, they'll grab a little bit of it. Marina said, this out-of-sync voice problem seems to be when you stream from an iPhone or tablet. Supposedly, it works if you do it from a desktop. You should try Instagram on the desktop. I'll try it just for fun today with you go. So you understand what we're talking about. When you put that energy in there to create a version of a lifestyle, for somebody, it never works. They will not do it as perfectly as you can, as you saw it. They cannot take your vision and make it. They are a creator. Whether they know it or not, or whether they accept that they're creator or not, they're creating. And if they're creating, they're going to take your vision and they're going to mess it up a little bit according to you. Remember, because you think that way, that doesn't mean everybody should think that way. Like my friend who said to me, but Tessa-Marie, that's not how I raised him. Well, there is something called nurture and there is something called nature. Nature is just what you are, what you came into this world with. Nurture is how you nurture them. And nurture cannot take away nature. It just can't. It's innate. It's part of their DNA. It's a family tradition. And as much as you love your children, you have to see the qualities of the father or their mother or their family or their aunt in them. And again, maybe these were the qualities you did not enjoy being around. But that doesn't mean you have to try to take it out of them. Today, the world is paying back because in so many cases, in so many continents, all over the world, people that had more showed up in the Americas, North, South America, in Africa, in India, all over the world. Those not the culture or the people that believed they knew better went into those areas and told these people, what you know is not good enough. You do not have the quality, they said to the people of Africa from France, to take care of the art you create. We'll keep it for you. Because you do not have it. You do not have what it takes to keep it. We said to the North American indigenous people and those of South America, you don't know how to take care of your children you gave birth to. Hi, Lynn. So now we're going to take them. And guess what? They're paying the price for that nonsense. That it wasn't nonsense, but how they hurt all of that. They're still paying the price. So when we take our version and we push it on somebody, we're telling them what you are and who you are is not good enough. Listen to me. They did that to generations of human beings. Everybody thinks every slave they brought from Africa couldn't read, write, or they couldn't even walk. But when you go and you dig it, you find out they were artisans, they were architects, they were builders. They had so many gifts and talents. But they wipe it out of their essence so that they can control. And they did it all over the world. Now they're paying for it. So if you cannot see it from this big picture, it just takes one person to start that nonsense and then it grows. It's like the water hyacinth. You put a tiny water hyacinth in a bowl, it will cover the bowl in 2 days. You take a tiny water hyacinth and you make a well in your garden and fill it with stones and water, it will cover that. But you only had this little piece. Anybody has a Christmas cactus? They're blooming now. But you might have I got a little piece like this from someone. And I have a big plant. That's what happens. So your version of the vision of how people should live their life is not unique to you. It was done hundreds and thousands of years ago. And it never led to anything good. So why should you follow that? I'm scared, but yes, I'm going to do it. You have to be scared. If you're not scared, then you will not take the challenge. You don't just drop him like a hot potato, but really listen more than you speak. Pick up the phone and call. Hello, son, how are you doing today? I love you. Just sending you some love. Have a great day. If you know he's going to take your love and throw it in the garbage, just say, check in on you. How are you doing? And little by little, go out there and be the person that will get hurt. Because you are hurting. If you cannot have a connection with your children, you do hurt. So go out there if you want to do that. But if it's going to destroy you, you have to sometimes walk away. But obviously, you have a connection. So therefore you go and you say, hi, how are you doing today? Thinking of you. And little by little, the one thing we don't realize, the person that has the softest heart in a family is a son. They are the one that has the softest heart. They do. And then you have to remember that it takes a little bit of time because they do not want to believe that they are a softie. It takes grooming. It takes a little bit of time. It takes being silent. Like, even yesterday after I came back home safely and I informed my Lord and Master, Michael, my son, that I am there. Oh, well, I would have paid for the Uber. Rah, 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 rah. I am home. So I just kept smiling. I said, I wanted to do it. I'm just smiling. And he goes, oh, whatever. He loses it with me. And I just keep smiling. Whatever, Mom, whatever. And then he tells me, last time you were a guest, you didn't do anything. Jillian did dishes, she did that. I said, well, I trained her well. And he lost it. So what you have to remember is that you have to go slowly to get your children to be there. You do not have to let them use you as a doormat. You do not anybody's doormat. There's something you have to say no to. You have to have boundaries. And you have to say no. Like I said to Michael, no, I can go. Let me drive on the 401. I did it before. Oh, you were younger then. Well, you know, whatever. I did it. I'm back home. Because what he doesn't know, I have an army of angels and soldiers that come with me. And when it gets to that point, I say, hey, guys, you take it over. And that's what we have to do. Have a great day. Thank you, Tessa. Words of wisdom. I needed to hear. Thanks, Lynn. I'm glad you like it. Thank you all so much. This is very deep. Kia, you'll do it. You'll survive. We'll talk. You'll get there. I am scared, but yes, I'm going to do it. You're scared, Lisa? You'll be fine. I feel tall. And that is what Jean is. You listen to Jean. She always said, thank you, Tessa. Have a beautiful day. How can Stacey is going to walk in. Let's commit to letting our adult children go. You think? We have to learn that. We have to. How I love this explanation of nature and nurture. Thank you. It's true. There is nature. That's what they came with. This is a blessing. I needed to hear that this morning from Lisa. Thank you. Thank you. I like what Marina said about the thing. I'm going to try it. I always take advice and try it. And I love that analogy, Amma, if she's still here. That is so perfect. Every aircraft has its black box. Put inside that aircraft, just like God put our cut inside of us to guide us and to lead us. Yes, you have it. You can create it. Go in there and find it. And it's not easy because we ignored it for so long and we weren't taught from children to believe in it. But it's there. I know Joyce and Mabel, her sisters up there, and protecting us and lining up great roads. Yes, they do. Learn the guardian angel prayer. If all else fails, angel of God, you know you can do that. You know, who knows what they do in Marina? I agree. So I also consult my spirit animals. I like that advice. Anyway, guys, it's almost midnight and I'm still talking. We can lead by example. People are more inspired and motivated when they see you living your best version of your vision. Yes, they do. And they ask a lot of questions. They always say, how did you do that? One person said to me, how did you raise 3 children? I said, I had a husband who was nurturing. And I was the Army Sergeant Major. That's my answer. So my dear, wonderful human being, this is a challenge for me. We fix that. We're going to fix that. Believe you can do it because you can. So people, thank you so much, everybody, for being here this morning. This thing is just, I can't even see your faces. It's not letting us. Oh, here you are. Kia, thank you. Stace, Nancy, Amma, Jean, Amma and Jean and Stacey, and you guys that are pushing all these wonderful things. Yeah, thank you for supporting the topic. When you make a comment, you guys, it's really nice. And Kia, when you say something, then what you want, it lined it up. It lined it up. I sound like Kylie. It lined up with what we were saying today. So it's good to sometimes express yourself. Thank you. It's a very supportive group here. Thanks, Nancy. Anna, thank you for coming and giving us some love. Jean, you too. Lisa, thanks for being here. Loretta, I didn't see you coming in. Nice having you here. And Lisa too, Lisa Donor. Thanks, guys, for sharing. When you share
Marina is not there, but she shares. When you share on somebody live, when they're speaking, it helps them. Because what you're saying might be what that person needs to continue, to expand. And when somebody else reads your statement, they can say, aha, I'm not alone. There's somebody that understands what I'm going through. So that's sharing. And you empty your cup so that you can fill it again. Remember that. Have a great day. Today, I am not doing this, but I'm going to do what I didn't do for the past 3 days. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you. Love you. Arigato. Thank you for coming. See you on the other side of time. Bye-bye.